All right. Welcome back to another episode of Unveiled Paths podcast. It's your guy Beezus with my guy.
D well.
Hell yeah. See?
Let's go.
You see, we here again
Yeah.
with another episode. And guess what? This episode is going to be similar to last week's episode.
Similar to
Last week's episode?
Last-
Was it last week?
last week's episode.
No, week before last.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Sorry, guys. We're
2 episodes
This
ago.
is episode 9, so we're starting to get to that point where.
Yeah.
Well, tonight's episode's with I'll let you tell the
Yeah.
people. Let you tell the people.
Tonight episode is with my boy officialSMG,
Okay.
and he's helped me out a lot on TikTok and has we developed a lot of friendship and just getting to know each other and stuff like that off the app here and there.
Nice.
And so I think he's ready to come on the pod and
Hey.
tell us a little more in depth.
Hey, well, let's jump into it. All right.
All right.
Well, what's up, man? What's up?
going on?
It's nice to
What's
meet
up? What's
you.
up?
It's nice to meet you,
Nice
dude.
to meet you.
Yep.
Nice
Yeah.
to meet you. I already know D-Walk. How you doing?
Good. Doing good.
Man, I don't know why I thought your name was Jay. I literally had like a breakdown before like he came back in
Yeah.
here, and like I was like, I don't know if his name is Steven or if his name is Jay, but like
No, it's Steve.
somebody's on the Zoom.
No,
Yeah.
my name is Steven. But like, no one really knew my name for like 3 years on the app, like, because I was on TikTok.
Yeah.
So like, no one knew me as Steven. Everyone knew me as official SMG.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Official MSG.
SMG.
SMG.
So those are actually my initials.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So we met on TikTok and, we just kind of started conversations over lives and stuff like that. And then he started helping me out learning the road
He's a-
podcaster and with the lives and everything like that.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. D-Walk's a great individual. He's a great person. I would like to meet him in person one day.
Come on out. Come on out. Where you located at?
I'm from New York.
New York. Oh, dang, dude. Oh, dang, dude. I hate New York.
Well,
I
I do too. I mean, I was born and raised here, so
went there once and never wanted to go back. Never wanted to
that's
go.
how I felt with LA, actually.
Yeah, I was in San Francisco and I kind of got a different vibe than the East Coast. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
West Coast, East Coast.
Oh, yeah.
Completely different. I'm a West Coast guy. I'm not an East Coast guy. Like, I don't even like going to Florida, to tell you the truth.
It's a big difference.
Yeah, way big.
Yeah.
It is. I was just recently in Austin, Texas, and like everyone was so different over there compared to New York. So like, I honestly like I kind of like the West Coast, kind of,
Yeah.
sort of.
Yeah. Everybody's nice in the West Coast, man. It's,
West Coast or like the mid area. I like it.
it's not bad in the South either. I ain't gonna lie to you. Texas is different South. Everything's bigger than Texas. You got to go into it with that mindset when you go to Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Like, let's get into it. Oh, we got the camera.
Yeah.
Camera's wonky, getting real wonky.
Where do I start?
Just start us
I mean,
out
I-
with a little introduction of who you are, what you do, all that stuff.
What's up, guys? My name is Steven, also known as official SMG. I am a TikToker. I do live streaming every day. I don't go as hard as I used to. Like back then, I was doing like 10 to 12 hour lives. Now I'm just doing like 3-4 hours at most per day. I'm known as the I Bet series maker. Yes, which is the sound is like the Am I Wrong? And I actually started that trend back in 2020.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
He said, I bet.
It is.
I bet.
That's all his content is, and you'll have to.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to fully dive into your TikTok, but I'm gonna definitely do it today. I'm gonna definitely. do it
I
tonight.
mean, it started off as a joke. I just heard that sound because I was doing like other different things. I was all over the place with my profile, and one day I was just like, I posted like 144 videos, which was crazy. It was
In one
'cause
day.
in one day, every 10 minutes I was posting.
God.
So what was it? It was like probably like one of my last videos that I posted, and it was like summertime. So I was like, you know what? Let me see if this works. So it was like, I bet I could guess the color you brought. It was summertime. And then at the end, it was like, you're not wearing one. And then it just blew up. And it, like, I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing this.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So,
Yeah.
what was childhood like for you?
Childhood. I'm gonna be honest. I was very spoiled as fuck.
Yeah.
I was spoiled. Only child. I did. At the age of 3, I was doing Taekwondo.
Nice.
So it was a lot of school, Taekwondo, and basketball.
Okay.
Really good grades. Became a 3rd-degree black belt.
That's what's up.
Certified.
I basically had to cut ties with that.
Yeah.
Basketball, I was captain of the basketball team for a couple of years. I played all the way till college, honestly.
Nice.
I had to give that up too.
Okay.
Then a bunch of other stuff started happening.
We'll get into that.
So
Yeah.
What was your family like growing up?
Strong knit family. You said you were only a kid, so did you have a lot of cousins or aunts and uncles?
So, as an only child, I only had my mother and my father. Like everyone else was like more like overseas. I have a couple of cousins here and like godchildren that are here, but like I was always around my friends. When I came to like family, like I was always with my parents, like during the weekdays, weekends, like stuff like that. But like I always wanted to have like my me time. As an only child,
Yeah.
I had to learn that on my own. So I was hanging out with my friends a lot. My parents always were supportive with everything that I was doing. Thus, like they put me in private school every year, like since I was a kid. They basically did everything that they could, honestly, and I'm like really grateful for everything that they've done.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you stated a minute ago that most of your family was overseas. So is your family not from here?
So my parents are Serbian.
Okay.
You can hear
So
it in the accent a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm literally the only one in my entire family to be like the first generation Serbian. Like basically, I was the only one that was born here.
Wow.
Yeah, the pressure was on.
How is that dynamic in the family then? Like, since you like, were they more expecting of you to, not make it out the hood, or you know what I mean?
I mean, okay, so as a child, I always wanted to be a pediatrician. I always said doctor this, doctor that, doctor that. Obviously, I didn't make it to being a doctor, but no, they were very supportive. They saw that I was going to do a lot of big things. Like my dad always saw like that I was gonna have like a big future. My mom always saw it too. Like that was another reason. Like they were very supportive of me. It's not like, okay, you're not doing this right, you're not doing this wrong. So they weren't really up my ass at one point. But like then there was times like they try to correct me. My dad was a plumber. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. So I had to it kind of stuck in my head because my dad's like, don't be like me. Don't ever do the stuff that I do.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to be a plumber. You want to do this.
Be better.
Exactly. Yeah.
I had a lot of that growing up. My father is a carpenter, and I always wanted to work with him and learn how to do it. And even when I got out of college and stuff like that, I was like, man, I'm going to do this full time for however long. And like he always held some back, like some work back or some knowledge back, just because he was like, no, you need to do something different. Like you need insurance, you need this, you need to make a different life of yourself.
Yeah. I mean, especially because like I was doing like all Taekwondo and stuff like that. Like I had to learn like a lot of discipline, respect, self-esteem for sure. They didn't really have to teach me much.
Yeah.
Like they did everything that they could, but at the same time, like I was learning stuff from like school. I was learning stuff from Taekwondo. Then at one point, everything just changed.
So, how old were your parents when they come over here?
Shit, they came here in like the 70s.
In the 70s?
Yeah.
Okay, so they were pretty well established before you come into the picture.
Yeah. I'm a 91 baby, so they've been here. They were already here for like 30 years
Oh
almost.
wow,
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
How old are your parents?
Well, my dad's deceased now.
Well, I'm
Uh,
sorry to hear that.
yeah, sorry about that.
it's okay. My mom's 72.
Okay,
So they had me. They had me at a late age.
yeah,
Too similar to me,
Yeah.
man. It's crazy.
yeah.
I just got 3 other siblings. I was the youngest, so I grew up kind of like by myself, and yeah,
I wish I had siblings, to be honest with you.
it's overrated.
So how has watching your parents adapt to being here in the States helped you to adapt to becoming better and doing things differently and kind of finding your own path?
Well, I always saw my dad work. Like like he would leave the house at like 5 in the morning, and he wouldn't come back until like 6 p.m. because he worked in Jersey. My mother, I always saw her working like around the house. So as a child, I kept saying like I'm gonna break through this, and I'm gonna do something with my life. Um, I always said I wanted to be rich.
Yeah,
I mean, that's everyone's dream, being rich.
Yep.
But at one point, it was like, okay, I'm gonna become a pediatrician. Then it kind of switched off. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna do fighting. Then it switched off to like, what do I do now?
Hmm.
So like, there was like certain things that I wanted to do, but then like things would change. Because like, okay, I wanted to be a pediatrician. My friends didn't think it was cool. So damn, okay, I'm not cool. Now let me see, what do I do? So like, kind of like, some people didn't believe in me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like, I started to like not believe in myself.
okay.
But one thing about me was I always liked to shut the doubters up, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So there was things that I had to do to become where I am now.
So how did that affect you whenever you decided to give up your pediatrician dream just because your friends didn't think it was cool?
What
All right,
l-
so this
what
is
what led you to want to be a pediatrician? Like, what was the initial spark?
okay. Okay, so I've never said this online, so this is going to be the first time for anyone hears this. Um, I was 5 years old. I was playing hide and seek. Went into one of my like neighbors' apartments, and my mom pretended like she couldn't see me. I went inside of a shopping cart, like one of those old moving shopping carts. My mom pretended she didn't see me. I said surprise. I went up. The shopping cart dropped. Hit my head on the radiator. Had to get
Mm.
stitches. At that time, I at that time I didn't even want to be a pediatrician. I wanted to be a rock star. Typical
Right.
kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he gave me my stitches. All that stuff happened. I was like, I want to be a doctor too. So my mom's like, okay, now he wants to be a doctor. When it came to becoming a doctor, I finished high school, went to college. I did it. I had a 3.9 GPA. Alcohol kicked in. Yeah, we all have that
Yep.
common
Yeah.
friend. Alcohol kicked in. I basically got kicked out of school.
Damn.
Yep. That's where pediatrics or pediatrician had to like be obsolete out of the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah,
Had to revamp the plan.
So
exactly.
is what age did you start into Taekwondo?
I started Taekwondo at the age of 3.
The age of 3?
I actually left it at 18.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what stopped you from pursuing fighting?
Okay, so, and this is something that I don't want to
That's
be
a
known for.
long time to do
No, this is
taekwondo,
this is
and
something this is something that I don't want to be known for anymore because I was an asshole and everything. I went from Taekwondo and I jumped into the MMA circuit. Now, obviously MMA, real.
Yep.
Now, a lot of people don't know like the behind the scenes of MMA. Like, you could create your own character, like with this fake ass persona, or B, you could just be yourself and like you see Habib, you see McGregor.
Yeah.
You think McGregor is literally going to be like that in real life? Of course not. That's just his persona to like sell. Obviously at that time I was really well. I was really good in MMA. I actually won championships in again small time companies. Now it was time to like create this character, and as soon as I created the character, I became this character. And I didn't know how to shut it off, especially when alcohol was kicking in. Again, I was abusing alcohol. I wasn't happy. And I did pursue fighting, but then something else happened, which I don't know if I should say it in here.
That is up to you, brother.
I don't know nothing.
Okay, so basically, hello?
Yep.
Oh, shit. The screen went dark. Okay, so basically what had happened was I became an alcoholic. And
full-fledged, waking up all day.
Full-blown alcoholic. Where
going to get
like,
groceries.
I would wake up shaking until I chugged in an entire bottle of whatever it was. I would sleep with a bottle underneath my pillow. I would have an extra bottle next to the cabinet. I would have a bottle in my car trunk, everywhere.
Yeah, it's full-fledged, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wasn't happy with life at one point. I really wasn't. I didn't know what I was going to be. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't think I was going to meet someone. I didn't think I was going to be a father. I didn't think I was going to be this person that I wanted to be. Again, my parents didn't do anything wrong. It's just everything was on me at that time. I ended up having a cardiac arrest.
Wow.
I overdrank.
Man.
But the thing was, I ended up having a panic attack. They rushed me to the hospital. In the hospital, it was an anxiety attack and a panic attack. And then right inside the hospital, while I was already in the bed, that's when the cardiac arrest hit. So thank God I was in the hospital.
Yeah.
I would have been dead. I would have been completely dead. That's it.
Damn.
Yeah.
That day, the next day, because like they didn't really want to talk to me right away. The next day, the doctor came up to me and he said, "You have two choices." He's like, "You're lucky we even revived you. You have two choices. One, live your life and quit alcohol. Two, drink, and this time we can't revive you."
Damn.
I quit cold turkey.
It's good, man.
Yeah. Quit cold turkey.
How long you been clean?
8 years.
8 years.
Man.
That's
8
awesome.
years.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
That's about the same for me.
I'm
A little over.
I'm new to the no drinking. I'm going on 4 months now, and it's amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like it.
Since 2013 for me.
Yeah.
2016 for me.
Dang. Look at that.
2016.
This is crazy. I love that. That was a beautiful moment, guys. I'm just gonna let y'all know that was a beautiful moment. Man.
Yeah.
So let's back up to the Taekwondo. You started at 3 years old, and as you progressed throughout the years, how did that establish a lot of, discipline into you and the structure that you needed that you may not have been getting elsewhere?
But from that, where did a lot of the uncertainties come from later on down the line? Like you should have had those tools when a lot of those uncertainties came later.
I mean, so when it came to Taekwondo, the discipline, I learned it down the line. Like, obviously, like, they always told you, like, be strong. Like, that, like, there's a certain quote that I went by: winners never quit and quitters never win. That was a certain quote that we always went through by, and, like, I still got it tatted on me, but I haven't done it yet. I learned when it came to, like, Taekwondo, it was just more of, like, when I was around, like, everyone, like, the students, like, even my master, I was taught by the grandmaster. So, like, I don't know if I should say this, but he like literally helped me at one point because like for instance like now kids down like when it comes to like taekwondo, they have it so easy. They have it so easy. Back then it was like knuckle push-ups on concrete, get hit with a kendo stick,
Yeah.
toughen you up. That kind of learned like I kind of learned self-discipline through my grandmaster and then his son. Like it was just the way like they spoke, the way like they taught everything, the way that they were like just like they were like feeding it to you, like they were feeding all this stuff, and it was like your choice to like either understand it or ignore it. Now when you're talking about like the whole discipline when I was drinking at that time, I gave up to the point that I didn't believe in anything. I didn't believe, like I said, and it goes back to the whole thing. I didn't believe that I was going to be married or have kids or have a future. I thought I was going to be dead. So, like, yes, discipline disappeared and having self respect disappeared at that time.
Yeah.
What led me to that? It was a dumb relationship. But I don't talk about the past when it comes to that. But yeah, that really, I mean, that was one of the causes. That was one of the causes. But then there was a bunch of other things.
Relationships can
But,
be a big turmoil for
yeah,
a longer spiral than what you think it is, and a lot of people
yeah.
realize that, and a lot of people don't really grasp that concept because they think that you can just move on and it's cool, but sometimes, man, it's a lot harder than what you think. So
Yeah.
I mean, when it came to my friends, they didn't really realize that it was that because like I was doing my own thing when I was going out with them.
yeah,
So no one really put two and two together like what was going on in my head. I only knew what was going on in my head.
yeah,
I didn't talk as much. I was like when it was party time, I was like the loud one, whatever,
yeah.
spending money. Um, but then half those times I was always quiet.
It's always like
And
that.
like yeah,
It's
and
always
like
like that.
people would tell me they're like, "You have a problem." I don't have a problem. You got a problem.
Yep.
You got a problem. No, I don't. Until I finally realized that I actually did have a problem, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't know how to quit.
Yeah.
I can't quit. So
Did you
let
realize
me just
that?
overdrink."
Did you
Hmm?
realize that before the cardiac, or did you realize that, or was that the thing that made you realize it?
No, I realized before. Like I knew I had a problem.
Yeah.
I knew I had a problem, but I didn't know how to quit.
Do you seek help?
The car. No,
No.
no. I didn't do AA. I didn't do any. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't
You didn't
when it came to that. But
talk to your friends about it. Talk to your mom, dad.
I crazy thing is, I did talk to both my parents, and it was crazy because it was like what was it at around that time? It was like a Fast and the Furious movie. I just came back from like watching a Fast and the Furious movie from the theaters. I think it was literally the one where Paul Walker actually passed away.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I came back home that night drunk, drunk, and I just went up to my mom and I was like, I think I'm dying. Like just straight out, just said it, and she just started like crying, and I was like, I don't know how to quit. I don't know how to quit. I can't quit. She's like, we could do something where we could like try to like get you to quit. I couldn't. The thing that woke me up the most was the cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
That got me to quit.
Something so
Yeah,
serious.
That's
yeah,
one
Open your
thing that
eyes.
I've always really have thought myself is if there's something that somebody really needs to change, they're not going to until they either want to
Mhm.
or a major life event
Have to.
is actually happening. Because that's what it was for me. I had a major life event that made me want to stop too. And I didn't continue on after that.
I mean, I really did want to quit, but I didn't know how to. Hence, this is why I said I wish I had brothers and sisters. Like maybe they would have helped me. Um, yeah, no, I just didn't know how to quit. I wanted to, but just couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always hard to quit something, especially when you don't have anybody to talk to about it or anybody that can relate with you about it, the situation that you're going through.
Exactly. Like I didn't want it. And that was one thing about me, like I was private.
Yeah.
I didn't want, so like when I had a problem, I didn't want to say it.
Right.
I never really shared it.
Same, man, because I just never wanted to be viewed as like weak or, like hurt or something. So it's just like, man, I'll deal with it. And that hurts a lot more.
Yeah.
That's how it was for
And,
me too.
I mean, there was a couple times where, and this is why I don't talk about like the MMA stuff, because like there was a couple times where I was just out and just doing crazy ass shit. Obviously, I wasn't doing like any drugs or anything, but I was just doing stuff that I would never be proud of.
Yeah.
Starting out fights and other stuff just for the hell of it.
Yeah. Because you can.
Basically. Yeah, basically.
So after that cardiac arrest, like, how did your life transpire from there?
So after the cardiac arrest, stayed home for a full year. I went ghost.
Cut off all friends, like everybody.
All contact, everyone. I crazy thing was, so I was living with my parents, and I'll never forget this. I told them, I was like, I'm ready to quit. My dad put a hinge on the outside of my bedroom door where like you could lock me in from the outside.
Yeah.
And they only allowed me out when I had to use the bathroom. That's what I told them to do. So I cut off all connections with everyone. I stayed in the dark the first week. I remember that part. After that, I just started watching TV a little bit. I got extremely skinny. Like I lost a lot of weight. I grew out my hair. I didn't want anyone to recognize me. Yeah. Then I created like a little side gig. Like a couple months later, like I created a little side gig, like a job.
Yeah.
Just to get my mind off of it on Facebook.
Okay.
And that's where I basically just, I'm going to just say that side gig that I did actually helped me a lot.
Nice.
It really did.
Is that what got you into content creating?
No. Honestly, what really got, I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. Because that side gig that I did do a couple lives. It was on Facebook. At that time, I created a little group. It was like a sport group. Okay. Where like we were just talking about sports, wrestling, and stuff like that. Yeah. And then there was times that I went live on there. So yes and no. Like with social media, I didn't start that until after, what was it, COVID?
Okay.
Funny story actually. We went. It was my friend, and a couple of my friends. Now, obviously, they have TikTok. I didn't have TikTok. I didn't want to be I didn't want to have TikTok because like there was a lot of bad things that I was hearing about the app at the time.
Yeah.
So they had this trend where like they would throw the banana and like if it like see who catches it first with their mouth. So they were like, well, it's your turn, and I'm like, I don't do this shit. They're like, just do it for fun, and I'm like, all right, whatever. So they threw the damn banana, slapped me. Literally, the banana just slapped me. And like my reaction was just like, because like I wasn't expecting banana to like be thrown that hard.
Yeah.
Because like everyone had the soft, like it was like this. It was like this. This one went boom, and it just went like that to the point that like I was just like, what the fuck? They posted that video. Everyone got tagged but me. Obviously, I didn't have TikTok at that time. Everyone's like, who's the last person? Who's the last person? What's his that? What's his that? What's his that? Yeah. Now my friend goes up to me and is like, they're asking about you. I'm like, who's asking about me? They're like, the people. Look. So I'm like, oh fuck, now I gotta open a fucking TikTok. I was like, I'm never going live, I'm never posting, none of this stuff. Whatever. I lied.
How soon?
Opened up the account. First day. I posted an ABC video. That goes viral.
Dang.
ABC video, literally. It went viral. It was a duet.
It's like a
Let's just say first
ABC.
month. It was like a little remix rap song. It was like A B C D, and like it sounded like I still have it on my page
I got
because
you.
I did
I
it a
got you.
couple times.
I got you.
I posted that first month, 60,000 followers.
Golly.
I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, I think I got something. I was like, okay, everyone's going live. I kept teasing it because I was going to this one particular guy's live, like he was doing like all these fun activities while he was live, and at that time there was only like 3 gifts on the app. I would tease, I'll be like, I'm going live, until one day he was about to end the live extremely early. He was from Australia at the time, and he's like, well, SMG's gonna go live. I'm like, no, the fuck I'm not. He's like, SMG's going live. Everyone go into his live. I was like, fuck. So now I have to go live. Everyone's pressuring me into going live.
Yeah.
It was around like 5 a.m. my time, 5 or 6 a.m. my time. And I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to go live. So I go live. I had a bunch of people going in my live, and like, I was like, what the fuck am I doing over here?
Like, hi guys.
Literally, I was just like, what's up, guys? I'm
Yeah.
SMG.
I was gonna say,
SMG.
just chilling.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah. But that day actually, like, it transformed everything because like I always said it, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be that asshole. I'm just gonna be myself. On this app, I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be I'm gonna have a different identity, which is like my initials. Be myself. Don't tell anyone anything. Be as private as possible, which is extremely hard as a streamer.
Yeah.
And just have fun. That was my goal. Always having fun. It wasn't even about the money at that time. I didn't even know you could make money.
Yeah.
It was more of like, okay, I want to have fun. I want to get to meet people. I want to talk to people. Who are all these people that actually believed in me? Let me get to know them.
Yeah.
And that's how it started.
That's
But
cool.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's like you weren't even trying to, and then
Yeah.
threw one thing out there and was like, well, dang,
Right.
I'm good at this, so I might as well do it. Like,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
this started, were you still locked in the room? Like,
No.
okay.
This was like years after already.
Okay.
But,
I didn't think we
yeah,
had like a
but-
clear transition from that stage to when we got to
Well,
that.
okay, so I mean, I could tell you after I sobered up, which was what, 2016, 2017, and 18, I was traveling.
Okay.
2019, I stopped traveling because my father passed away, and then 2020 was when TikTok started.
Okay. I got
Okay.
you. I got you.
So what'd you do in that time frame between 2016 and 2020? Like
Where'd
you
you-
said you
where'd
were
you travel?
traveling, but like, was it for a job? Was it for the
Working on
MMA?
MMA.
So
Star
at
Searching?
that time, I was working at a liquor store. I
Okay.
decided to like work at. It was a high-end liquor store where I actually helped. Like I really did help them as much as possible because like I know my bourbons. I know my bourbons.
No.
Yeah.
And it was also a test for me because I had literally just quit alcohol.
I like that, man. You threw yourself in the fire. I like
Exactly.
that.
So like, if I could do this, I could do anything.
Yep.
So at that time, I was working at the liquor store. I was traveling. I was going through all these different vacations. I was still doing MMA. Then my dad passed away. That's when I literally just, the day he died, I went back to my job and I was like, thank you for the opportunity. I literally walked there. I didn't even call. I literally went there. I was like, I got to let you know I'm quitting. He's like, what happened? My dad passed away. I left. MMA, I didn't say a damn thing. I just stood silent again. Now, he passed away. We had to like bring him overseas, bury him over there,
Yeah.
come back, and I'm like, what the fuck do I do now? That was more of like, what am I doing now?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I kind of did get stuck for a little bit to the point like I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do now.
Yeah.
Again, only child, didn't know what to do. TikTok came in the play. That's when I was like, okay, let me use this as an escape. That's how it worked. Let me get to know these people, and then maybe down the line I'll go do something else. I'll figure something out. Now, let's skip to 2021. 2021, 2022, I was doing lives. Battles came into play within what, like 2021, 2022, something like that.
I don't know. I didn't really start my TikTok journey in there until like I dabbled in it a little bit in 21, just watching the content. But I really got into it in 22.
Okay, so I kind of got into it. I mean, I was always into it from 2020. Now, around like 2021, my account got shadow banned. So it was like 2020, 2021. That's when it got shadow banned for a year and a half. And I was like, fuck, I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting views on my videos. I'm not getting views on my lives. What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Someone told me, they're like, oh, why don't you go on this app called Likey? I was like, all right, let me download it. I went on that app. That app was completely different. It's what you see on TikTok today. It was straight battles. They had audio lives. TikTok doesn't have that yet. They had four-way battles.
Audio lives, like you can just listen to people talk.
Exactly, yeah.
Crazy.
That's wild.
They had 2v2 battles, 1v1v1v1, so four-way battles. They had everything. I was like, you know what? Let me give this a try. I was on that app for only like 3 months. 4 months max. We were hitting top 10 hourly every night. And I was like, I got something here.
Yeah, you got some traction.
Yeah. We had like 1,000 people watching us at one point over there. So I ended up hearing back my account is good now. I'm like, okay, it's time to go back to TikTok. On top of that, a lot of people were hating on me on Likey because we were doing like events the last day and actually winning them.
Oh wow.
People thought I was recycling, and I never recycled. Like, I did not recycle. Like, I was just in there, and I'm just like, you guys want to do this? Let's do it. And then boom, we'll win it. and you got all these people that are doing it for like 2 weeks. I'm doing it in 1 day.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
So I was like, you know what? Screw it. I don't want to do drama because I never do drama. I was like, let's go back to TikTok. Now people started following me on TikTok. I was already at 200K by then. Went to TikTok, went live. A few months later, battles started kicking in. That's when you had your Ali starting the live, your Austins, your like all these big J-Hop, all these big creators are coming into the app for battles, and like they're battling and stuff like that. And at one point, Ali actually, he like, we were friends. We never had a problem. He started battling. I was just doing solo lives, and he was sending me requests, and I'm like, what's up? He's like, let's battle. And I'm like, I don't do this. And he's like, let's just battle. I'm like, all right, whatever. So we battle, whatever. He left. And then one day I was like, you know what? Let's try this out. Let's just try it out. So I was like, let's just do one battle. So I battled some random person. And obviously we didn't win, but we were putting numbers on the board. And I'm like, okay. The next day, let's try it again with a different person. And we slowly started getting new people into the live just by talking to the other person that we were battling.
Okay.
Then this was the opening for me, actually. The first ever Live Fest. The first ever Live Fest kicked in. We were like number, I think it was like 4 or 3. And someone reported my live. Randomly. Got it unbanned, came back on, and I was like, we're taking first place. Some people followed me. Legit. I still have these people till this day on telling me this. Some people literally followed me just to see if I was going to bullshit or actually win.
Do it.
I literally went live every fucking day. Every day. I missed Christmas. I missed New Year's. While everyone was partying, I was on the app making sure we would get first place.
Wow.
Now, yeah. So we ended up getting first. I get flown out to LA. I didn't know anyone. I didn't know any creator. I'm the newbie. I'm literally the
New
newbie
guy.
when it comes to this. I didn't even want to stay there for the 3 days that I was supposed to stay. I went there to get my award and I left. Yeah.
Did you ask him for a flight? Like he was like, "Hey, I'm leaving 2 days early."
So you're allowed to pick your flights.
Okay.
So I literally picked the flight of the day of the award show and I left the same day.
It was like 3 hours later. Like,
Where was the award show?
LA.
In LA.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that
LA.
part.
Yeah, he flew.
Yeah, cross country, got his award,
Thank
and
you.
flew back.
Well,
Yeah.
I flew, got to the hotel, went live, ordered what was it, In-N-Out for the very first time?
Nice.
No, not In-N-Out.
Yeah, it's
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, because everyone was talking about Chick-fil-A. We didn't have it in New York at the time. I tried it, went to the awards show, got the hell out. Literally, that's it.
Dude, that's funny.
Should have got In-N-Out too.
He did.
I did the second year.
Oh, okay.
I was making a little pun right there. Like you did get in and out.
But that was where everything started taking off. Me going live, like me winning the entire and I don't even want to say I won it, but my family won it. The people that follow me, I don't want to say my followers, I call them my family.
Nice.
They won it because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I'm at or where I was.
Yeah.
Now, out of nowhere, after that day, we started hitting ranks every single night. Like literally every night, we were hitting ranks to the point that the second Live Fest popped up. I was like, oh, I don't want to do it, whatever. Until I found out my fiance now, at that time, was top 10.
Congrats, man.
Thank you. She was top 10, and I was like, we better get top 20. So literally that full week we just pushed. I had a lot of vacations that I got from my agency battle, like from my agencies from being top 1. I was like, can you convert that into gifts instead of I don't want to go on vacations, I just want the gifts. They're like, yeah. It was like $8,000 worth of gifts. They were just dropping it on me.
Wow.
And then people were just throwing on me. There was a bunch of people that were throwing on me to the point that like we actually hit number 20. Literally, we were number 20. We ended it at that.
Wow.
So that's enough.
Yeah. So I went to LA.
So could you go ahead and break down like a quick snippet of Live Fest for our viewers that may not know exactly what that entails?
Okay, so the best thing I could say is Live Fest is like the Nickelodeon Awards or like the VMAs of TikTok.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also the Super Bowl of TikTok. Now you could be top 20 and you get they'll fly you out to LA, you get to go to the award show, you get to meet a lot of all the creators that were invited. You after the award show there's after party. Now, obviously the first year I just went to the award show and I got the hell out. Second year, I actually knew people. So I got to meet a lot of the creators out there. We were battling, like we were face to face like this and we were live and we were just battling each other on each other's accounts. All the creators are in the same hotel. Unless they buy their own rooms, that's completely different. But all the creators are in the same hotel. The next day, you'll go to lunch. Lunch, you have the agency lunch, or you have with your creators, or you got the people that are not in agencies, like the celebrities and people that are like really big on TikTok.
Yeah.
So there's 2 separate lunches. So I obviously went to the agency when I'm not a celebrity or like.
Right.
I'd be like, "What's up, dog? I'm here."
But yeah, that's what it is basically. It's not something like.
How long
So,
is Live Fest? Like the
Is it complete
the
3
trip?
days?
Is it like 3 days or?
the trip is 3 days.
And it's
Okay.
every day you're doing something different.
So the first day there, there's nothing to do. So like you could either go party. I went upstairs to the my hotel. There was like a rooftop party. We went there, whatever. And I rented a car, so I was able to like drive around places.
Nice.
Second day was the lunch. And then like I still hung out with everyone, like all the creators. You get to meet all the creators. Third day, if I'm not mistaken, would be the actual show.
Yeah.
Like where you're going to like the award show, then you go to the after party, and then you got to get the hell out. You got to go home afterwards.
Get back to creating, dog.
Basically, I mean, I went live throughout the entire Live Fest, both of them.
Sounds like perfect content to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the perfect place to make content too.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with all the creators that you have there, celebrities being there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. I was lucky enough to meet a lot of phenomenal creators. Like literally, again, I'm on that app. Never had drama. So like, as someone that has never had drama, to meet all these people, like, because I'm neutral. I don't know who has problems with who. I don't care. That has nothing to do with me.
Right.
I'm just there to like make friends, network, and get the fuck out.
Yep.
Man.
But yeah, that was actually fun.
That's awesome. That is awesome. So you were doing that, and then how long did you continue going live for 10, 12 hours a day after those live fests?
Every day.
Every day.
What did you do in there for 10 hours, man?
Like, did you do resets at all, or no?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I would do a live from like. Actually, no. I'm sorry, I didn't do a reset. So I would start the live around 3 a.m. Eastern time. Right. And then there was times that I would go there until like I had no end time. So like let's say if I was having fun with the chat and I was having fun with battles and everything in general, I would stay there till like noon. I don't give a fuck. At that time I didn't give a damn. I'm like
Yeah.
shit, I'm having fun.
Right.
I'm having fun, and on top of that, I'm making something on the side. Fuck it, like let's.
Right.
I'm staying on.
Hell yeah.
But I was doing that for a while. When did it stop? I would be honest with you, it was like last year I stopped. Last year, like the leagues came in, and I was kind of like simmering down from like ranks.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of slowing down with ranks because I was in ranks all the time, but like I didn't make it like a huge big deal at the time. I mean, the only thing I did was stack up the damn rings around my profile pic, but that's me being stupid.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
There's a couple times like whenever I first met him and was like coming into his lives here and there, you know, because we met in another TikToker's live, and that's how we got associated. But then he'd end up going live. He'd post in the chat, "Hey, I'm about to go live. I'll see y'all later on."
Yeah.
And then as soon as that creator was done, I'd go hang out in his live for a little bit, and I would go to bed.
Yeah.
And I'd wake up.
He's still going.
And he's still going as I'm getting ready and going to work, dude. I'm like, dude, you're still up. He's like, yeah, we never went to bed.
Dude's a hustling a lot. I was like, it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was I had fun. Once the league started kicking in.
What are the leagues actually for? I've never asked him about that. But
like, honestly, I feel like
is it just to break creators up?
Those replaced the daily or the weeklies, didn't they?
No, so the weeklies got replaced by the tournament.
Okay.
I don't know if I don't think the tournament's still there anymore. Now it's just the leagues. Leagues, in my opinion, and a lot of people are gonna probably hate me for saying this, but I don't give a damn. Leagues, in my opinion, is more like a popularity contest.
That's kind of what it seems like. It's like
Yeah,
the more
so like,
popular one's going to be in this one.
yeah.
It's no different
So
than
like,
the popular ranking
I
system
mean,
in it they already have.
you do get a little bit more exposure. So like, let's say the highest I've been in was A2. A1's the highest.
Yeah, I've seen some A1.
They do get a lot of exposure. But remember, like nowadays, like everyone looks at your gift gallery. They see if your thing is full. That's how people will battle you. They'll see what league you're in. If they're in a higher league and you're in like the lowest league, they're not gonna battle you sometimes. It all depends on the person. Um, but when it came to that, like I was okay, so like I was in A2 and we were about to get into A1. I was getting stressed out. I literally got burnt the F out. I got burnt out. Like to the point that I was just like, someone light up this fucking gallery. I
10
gotta get the
hours
fuck
a
out.
day? Yeah, you got burnt out.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna let you forget about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got burnt out to the point that I started being negative. So I would be like, someone light up this fucking gallery. And they would do it. And I'm like, okay. And it wasn't even me. It was like my fiance was like, you gotta get the fuck off the app. You gotta focus on your shit that's going on right now.
Yeah.
You're not, something's wrong with you. No, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. Go back on. Same thing. And then I'm like, she's right. Like shit, I didn't want to admit it, but she's right. There's something like I'm burnt out. It's not fun for me anymore.
Yeah.
So I got off the app for 3 months. 3 months. I ended up pulling a whole 180, which I didn't even expect to do. Again, this goes back to when my dad passed away. I always said that I was never gonna work for someone. I was gonna work for myself. I ended up getting a job, which is crazy. And no one would expect that from me. I ended up getting a job. Cut off my beard. My beard was like this. I looked homeless. Let's just be real. Like my beard. Like I didn't even maintain my beard. I looked homeless. Like I switched up my style. I switched up everything to the point that I was just like, okay, this feels better. Like there's no pressure on me. Like I could do whatever the hell I want now. Like I don't have to be stuck on the screen 24/7. 3 months go by and she's like, maybe you should try going on TikTok, see how it is. Just say hi. People were messaging me throughout all those times.
Yeah.
How are you? When are you going live? I hope people. There were two huge rumors going around. One of the rumors were I got arrested. Apparently, the second rumor was I left the country.
Got abducted by aliens.
Like I left the country, got married. It was just like a bunch of stuff, and I'm just like, these people like really think that like all this stuff is going on. Like, what the fuck is going on? But I was actually just working and like living in the moment of life.
Yeah.
Like something that I couldn't do for years.
Yeah.
Right.
So
What'd
I
that
was like,
feel
you know
like
what?
for you?
Different and refreshing.
Did I say
Honestly.
refreshing? Yeah.
Refreshing, definitely. I didn't feel like I had to go live. I didn't have to because like every time towards the end, it felt like it didn't feel even like it was a job. It just felt like, fuck, I have to go live.
Yeah.
Why do I have to do this? It was like another day where I just didn't want to. Like I wish it was different. That's how it felt. But like yeah, I went back for like it was like what 15, 20 minutes. I went live. I had like a bunch of people just come into my live, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, I'm not doing this every day. I got off, whatever. I was like, I didn't expect to go live. And she's like, why? What happened? I honestly, this is what I kept saying in the back of my mind. I didn't want to say it to her. I was like, I wasn't going to go back. like after I stopped,
You
I did not
quit.
want to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I basically wanted to just like stop, like, because like I felt like I was already being like, it was very the best words I could say is I was turning into a toxic person.
Yeah.
Off the app, on the app, whatever you want to call it. I wasn't being responsible. I was just being
So you think it was
someone that was
just
just like,
burnt out, or you think it was stressing you out? Do you think it was
it
because it's a
was a
lot?
little bit.
That's lives are a lot, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's one thing that's keeping me from doing it. It's a lot.
They are a lot. I mean,
Look, okay, it was stressful. I was burnt out because like before I left, I actually wanted to like still do it, but like it got, best word, it got addicting.
That's where I was getting at. Because it
It got
sounded
addicting.
like being able to do it for 10 hours a day, every single day, D-Walk hopping in there, you going to him going to sleep, hopping out, you still, it sounds like you were addicted to it, and it was just a fun addictive, not a bad addictive, you know?
Yeah, it was more of like the chase.
Not
The
something that
chase
was
that
deconstructive. Like, I mean, it can be a constructive
Yeah.
thing. Like you said, you can build communities, you get paid, it's a job, you know, yada, yada, yada. But like, when it gets to the point where it's deconstructive, it's where do we find that balance, you know?
Sure, yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
hard too because I remember whenever I was doing live, I did live for when I really did it. It was from March until about June, and it was
Yeah.
rough on me.
Yeah.
Like my birthday rank push is what pushed me to go and do live like every day. Like there for a while, I was doing lives 2-3 times a day,
Yeah.
and then it slowly faded away, and it started. I started to feel like you said, like God,
Fuck,
like
I
I
gotta
gotta
do
go,
this.
I gotta do this here. I got people counting on me. I got people that like from my mindset, it turned into something that I felt I had to do and not something that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It
Exactly.
seems like it's something. I don't want to say this as a bad thing, like to TikTok, because I like TikTok, but like it seems like it's a problem that TikTok needs to fix within the algorithm. Because if you do need a break for a couple of days, like your community and stuff like that shouldn't fall off. Like it should be like a grace period where you have like 2 or 3 days to be off of the app, and then hop back on
Yeah.
the app however you see fit.
They should. They should actually do something about that, but obviously, money.
Money,
If you're making money on the app
consistency.
for them, they're gonna keep pushing you out there. If you're
Yeah.
making more money, they're gonna push you even more.
Yeah.
But at that time, people, like even the people that followed me, like they all saw the change in me. Like everyone saw that I was like I wasn't myself. Like I made a promise, and I made a promise to them, and I said that live too. And I was like, I'm never gonna go back to that. I'm only going live for a few hours now, but if I feel like I need a break, I'm gonna take a break, and I'm gonna let you guys know. But from now on, it's just let's have fun. Let me get to know the chat again. Back to basics.
Yeah.
That's what I always said.
Yeah.
Back to basic, where it's like get to know the chat, have fun with them. If let's network to battle, and if I make money, I make money. It's not all about the money at the end of the day.
No, no, it's about the
So
community.
like, cause you don't know who's watching. Everyone goes on that app to escape. Everyone's going through stuff. So like they're looking at the creator like, oh shit, I'm having a bad day. Let me watch this creator. Maybe he'll change my mind. Maybe
Yep.
he'll make me forget.
Yep.
If you're being negative in the live, they're gonna remember. They're gonna be negative as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like having fun on the live, they're gonna forget about it.
Yep.
And I've had a handful of people come to me behind the scenes saying thank you, and I'm like, for what? And they're like, well, you helped me with this, and this, and I'm just like, I didn't know that. And that's what really kind of like pushed me into that mode all over again, where it's like, okay, I need to go back to that person. How do I do it?
Got to care about yourself first, you know.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
take those breaks, take that time, you know. Get to know
Very
yourself and know
true.
the things that trigger you, and figure out the best way to how you get out of it. Because I mean, a lot of like we said earlier, spirals come from a quick spark of depression, and
Yep.
dude, he can turn quick.
And that, you know, over time too, when you first start doing all that stuff, you get that huge rush of dopamine going.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually, once it fades off and you don't get that feeling no more, then you start getting exactly what you were saying.
Yep.
You know, that depression starts setting in.
You're like, well, why isn't it working? Yeah. What am I doing wrong? It can't be me. Like, you know.
Right.
Yeah. That is true. That's true.
That's why I'm scared to go live.
I mean, it's not okay. Look, I'm gonna tell you the same thing.
It's just
it's not
the
bad.
hassle of doing it, and I'm the type of person that if I'm gonna get into something like if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, and if I get myself when I do it, I'm not gonna say if I do it. When I do it, I'm gonna stick to a schedule. It's gonna be fully communicated to the point where if they see if I'm not on, they know why I'm not on. You know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you the same thing that I tell the people that ask me, like, oh, should I go live? Number one, just look at it as a FaceTime call.
Yeah.
You control what you say, but you can't control. Like, you can sort of control the chat, but you can't really control the chat. Yeah. If someone said everyone's gonna have a troll in their live. If someone says something, are you gonna get provoked, or are you just gonna ignore it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's also gifters that will gift you because they think that they own you. Yeah. And then there's creators like that. Like, so weird. But that's the thing. I don't want to be I don't want to be a creator where like someone thinks that they own me or I own them. And I always tell them, I'm like, if you want to throw on other people, you're more than welcome to. It's your money at the end of the day. It's not me.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be known as a dictator.
Right.
So.
Because there are creators that get absolutely like the end of the world is happening because one of their gifters is throwing for somebody else.
So weird. It's weird.
And then like there was a couple times that and I never scroll on TikTok, but there has been a couple times that I've scrolled and I've seen people actually go broke. And like I don't want that under my conscience where like someone went broke by throwing on me.
We're giving you all the money.
Like I make sure I tell them like pay your bills before you spend anything. Yeah.
So let's dive into your relationship. So you said she was in the top 10. You guys met. So how did it transpire from there?
Well, I mean, we met before then. We actually met before there, and I won't get into full details, but like. She friend zoned my ass and stuff. She friend zoned my ass.
Dang.
Had to work out of there, didn't you?
She friend zoned my ass. It was like later down the line, like she was like finally like, let's just go on a date. Fuck it.
But you guys met on TikTok though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, honestly, I feel like we met before TikTok. Like I feel like I've known her, but
different lifetime.
No, like she actually looks really familiar. That's what I told her.
I did not expect that.
Like I told her, I was like, you look so freaking familiar. She's like,
what if she knows him but he can't remember who she is?
No, I asked her and she doesn't remember either. She doesn't like we both don't remember. But
are y'all both is she located in New York too?
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all might know each other.
Probably like I might have known her through friends or something. I don't know. But like she looked very familiar. So one day out of nowhere, I was just like scrolling on TikTok. This is when I was doing my crazy hour lives. And I was just like, who is this girl? And I'm like, one thing that I always said was, don't ever mix business with pleasure. Yeah. That was my number one rule. Never mix it. And I'm like, who the fuck is this girl? So I clicked the follow button. I had literally ended my live because I saw that she was live, and I was like, she's not following me. Let me see, because I have my backup phone. I'm like, let me go in and like introduce myself. So I go, I drop a little gift. I'll drop a few gifts, and I was like, I followed you. We could battle sometimes if you would like, or something like that. She followed me back. First time we connected, we like she usually like she was extremely nice. Like she was just like asking questions like where are you from, like introduce yourself. Like she wasn't like really like a battler. She wanted to like talk first, get to know you, and like if her chat was feeling you, she'll battle
Shit
you.
about it. Yeah.
Okay.
So one day I just thanked her. I was like, thank you for the battle. Like, I'm sorry I didn't know that at one it was one I don't know if it was like the first battle or the second battle, someone dropped the uni on against her. And like I was like, I'm sorry that happened. I didn't know. Thank you for the battle though. It was nice meeting you. I kept trying. Like constantly. But she friend zoned my ass. Like literally. LA she got to know me like as a friend. She got to know me. Months later, like I kept trying and trying and trying and trying and trying and trying until she finally said, "You know what? Okay, I'll go on a date with you." And that's basically that. Now we're engaged.
There you go. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. Persistence.
Hey, he did it.
Yeah, he did.
He did it. So,
I definitely, it's crazy because like I said I wanted to be with her. Like I literally told her I was like I'm gonna marry her. Like it was like I think it was like
how long ago was this?
well, like the first, not the first date. It was like the second or third date. I said I'm gonna marry you.
Yeah.
Like I called it.
Hey man, when you know,
And
you
then,
know.
like,
Yep.
When you know, you know.
When you know, you know.
down the line, like obviously months later, like we got engaged, which was crazy.
That is-
But like we've known each other already, so
Yeah.
Do y'all make
like,
do y'all make content together or anything like that?
on she's posted a couple of videos on her page.
Okay.
Obviously, like with me, I still get paid for like my views. So like I've been doing the I Bet series. I did post a proposal in on my page.
Nice.
I post her more on Instagram because like you don't know who's watching at the end of the day. I told like when I had a long discussion with her and I was like I'm very private. Like people don't know my name. They only know it's Steven. And again, as a streamer, that's extremely hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People will find out everything about you. I
Parasocial.
was lucky enough not to have that out there. So obviously she was known as well. Like her name, like everyone knows her last name, everyone knows her first name. No one knows my last name. So I'm like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep it as private as possible. We kept it private for a while. Like we're gonna keep it as private as possible, and then you could tell people what you want to tell them. I'll tell my people what I want to tell them. Obviously, like us keeping us a secret wasn't a secret for too long because it was like on social media already.
Yeah.
But like for instance, like me proposing to her, I was like, I don't think I should post it yet. She's like, I don't know if I should post it yet either. And then all of a sudden, the next day we just posted it. We were like, fuck it.
It was, all right, fuck it.
Hell yeah.
I was like, you posted it already? She's like, yeah. I was like, fuck. Let me post it.
He's like, hold on.
Hell yeah.
It's wild, man. No,
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
But all right, man.
But
yeah.
Well, we really appreciate you coming on here. It was fun chatting with you and sharing about yourself.
Nice
you
to
know.
finally meet you.
nice to finally meet you as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Before we hop off here, do you have anything that you would like to relate to other people that,
Quick message for the folks.
yeah.
Quick message.
Best thing I could say is always try to pursue your dreams. Don't let anyone stop you. Shut the haters up. Honestly, like just don't let them get to you. Don't let them get to you, and just do what you got to do, just to like be happy. Honestly,
Oh, yeah.
and this goes back to my quote: "Winners never quit, quitters never win."
Yep.
Just don't quit and keep achieving your dream, or try to achieve your dream as quickly as possible.
Hell yeah.
Facts.
I like it.
Facts.
I like it. Well, it was good talking with you, bro. I appreciate you taking time out of your
Official
evening.
It was good talking to you
SMG.
guys too.
I like his tag. I like his name, dude. I do like his name.
Thank you.
I'm gonna check out your page for sure, man. You'll probably see me, swiping through there. I'm gonna like some of your videos and stuff like that.
If anything, just message me and tell me it's you, and I'll follow you back.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, man.
All right, guys. Thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it.
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you watching another episode of Unveiled Paths podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share it out to whoever you choose.
Just remember, guys, this is Unveiled Paths. Real people, real paths. This is official SMG's story.
Peace.
Peace.